Hello, babies. Do you know what the word precarious means? Precarious, like I'm precariously perched on the edge of the bank with the big river behind me, and I don't want to fall down that hill. And then I want to just read you a book, but then who wants to think she needs to sit in my lap because I'm sitting down? Oh. You know, I think this Halloween season I've had immense opportunity because I have not been trying the monster drinks. And if I'm reading about monsters, shouldn't I be having an afternoon monster refreshing beverage? I bought these for Papa. What is this flavor? It's called Zero Ultra Monster Energy. I need a flavor. Oh, it's got stuff in it. All right, Georgia Belle. We're going to read this book today. Uncle Chris likes this story. Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas. And you know, I like little golden books. It's real hard to go along with a little golden book. And we had a discussion at school the other day. Is this a Christmas book or is it a Halloween book? And my kids overwhelmingly voted that it was a Halloween story. So we're going to read it in our 31 Days of Halloween books. Ooh, there's Jack Skellington. That Tim Burton is a fun guy. A crowd of creatures stood waiting in the center of Halloween Town. When Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, arrived, they cheered, celebrating another successfully spooky holiday. Great Halloween, everybody, Mayor said as the group quieted down. I believe it was our most frightful yet, Jack added. Thank you, everyone. This dog is really cramping my style. And what you can't see, there's two more at my feet. I'm almost too close, but we're going to do this. I can't go any more backwards. But Jack soon left the party and joined his ghost dog Zero in the quiet graveyard. After so many Halloweens, he was growing bored with the same old thing. Not me. Sally, a rag doll created by scientist Dr. Finkelstein, watched Jack wander through the graves. She understood how he felt. She also wanted more in life, but Dr. Finkelstein refused to set her free. You see Sally hiding? She's old rag doll. I don't like them dolls that come alive. Annabelle? I don't like those dolls that come alive. That makes me a little nervous. Jack walked all night with Zero going deep into the woods. He came to a clearing surrounded by 7 large trees, each with a different door painted on it. What is this? Jack wondered out loud. Looks like all the holidays, doesn't it? I see Easter and Valentine's and Thanksgiving and Christmas. Look at all those holiday trees. He was most curious about the door with a pine tree symbol. He opened the door and was swept up by a strong gust of wind. The wind pulled Jack down into darkness. Boom, boom, boom. You can't go wrong with Christmas. Kids asked me the other day, Miss Spalding, what's your favorite holiday? I said, my birthday. They said, you count that? Absolutely, I do. Jack landed on a snowy hill above a town filled with colorful lights and joyful sounds. He was thrilled. There were so many new things for him to see, from snow falling to people singing songs to a large man shouting, ho, ho, ho. Jack thought he heard that man being called Santa Claus. Jack learned that he was in a place called Christmas Town. Looky there, Christmas Town. You know, if you're going to sit there, you could at least be helpful. Jack returned to Halloween Town and told everyone about his adventure. While people were excited to hear about the unusual Sandy Claus, they didn't understand the strange, unscary holiday Jack described. Because Christmas is not scary. After weeks of learning all he could about Christmas, Jack made an announcement. This year, Christmas will be ours, he shouted. Everyone cheered, except Sally. She had picked a weed in Jack's yard, which had grown into a Christmas tree and then caught fire. Considering that a bad omen, Sally expected Jack's plans to end horribly, but because she loved him, she vowed to do her best to help him succeed. Well, there's a woman that supports her man. This dog. Preparations for Christmas were underway in Halloween Town, and everyone was pitching in. Dr. Finkelstein made skeleton reindeer, and ghosts and ghouls decorated the square. And despite her reservations, Sally sewed Jack into his own Sandy Claus suit. I think he's not fluffy enough to be Sandy Claus. Just my opinion. maybe he's on the shot. He's got Ozempic face. Jack called on Lock, Shock, and Barrel for a top secret job. Top secret. Let's scoot in closer. They ran into Christmas Town and kidnapped Santa Claus. Jack needed Santa Claus out of the way so he could deliver presents that year. Jack told the trio to make Santa Claus comfortable, but instead they took him to their boss, Oogie Boogie, a villain who loved to cause chaos. Ooh, that backfired. Yeah, that was no good. Okay, so soon it was Christmas Eve and Jack was ready to spread joy. I think if you have to start your joy spreading with a criminal act, a felony, then probably you're not going to be the best spreader of the joy. We're off, he shouted to an excited crowd. With Zero leading his coffin sleigh, Jack shot into the sky. But the scary toys Jack delivered were not at all what the children expected. Instead of joy, Jack's present spread fear throughout the world. Boom, boom, boom. Look, it's a jack-o'-lantern in the box instead of a jack in the box. As the residents of Halloween Town watched Jack through a witch's cauldron, Sally worried that something would go wrong. She knew what she had to do. Where'd they take the Santa Claus? She shouted and left to find him. While Jack flew home, spotlights shone on him and explosions went off all around. They're thanking us for doing such a good job, Jack told Zero. But he quickly learned they were trying to blast him out of the sky. Oh my, he really was not a success, was he, if they're trying to blast him out of the sky? Jack's sleigh was damaged and it fell to the ground, landing in a graveyard. Seems legit. At first, Jack was disappointed. Everything had gone wrong, despite his good intentions. He's lamenting, woe is me. But then he realized that although he had wanted to do something wonderful, he had also been trying to be someone he was not. The realization cheered him. He was ready to be the Pumpkin King once more. He vowed to make next year's Halloween the best ever, but this night wasn't done. Come on, Zero, Jack said, heading back to Halloween Town. Christmas isn't over yet. How altruistic of him. Let me get the right page. You know, sometimes Mimzie gets to rushing and we miss a page. Ooh, what's going on here? Back in Halloween Town, Jack raced to Oogie Boogie's lair and was shocked to find not only Santa Claus, but also Sally. They were both tied up and in danger. Jack was touched that Sally had tried so hard to help him. Jack freed the pair, but then he was trapped by Oogie Boogie. You know, I have a book just about Oogie Boogie at home. It's a whole book, just Oogie Boogie. We'll have to check it out. How dare you treat my friend so shamefully, Jack shouted. He was able to pull a loose thread on Oogie Boogie's burlap sack body until it fell apart, and all the bugs that made up Oogie Boogie's scattered everywhere. Ooh, he's disgustorous. Ooh, and he deserved a name like Oogie Boogie, didn't he? To me, that's what you tell a little kid when you're trying to scare him. Oogie Boogie, 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 Boogie. So my aunt did to me. Jack apologized to Santa Claus for what he had done. I hope there's still time, he said. To fix Christmas, Santa Claus asked. Of course there is. I'm Santa Claus. And with a little magic, Santa floated away to save the holiday. Santa Claus, not Sandy Claus. While everyone celebrated Jack's return, Santa Claus flew overhead and brought snow to Halloween Town for the first time. Later, Jack found Sally in the graveyard and took her hands. He was happy that things were back to the way they were meant to be. Oh, and that is a big fat the end. And also, I have another big fat for you. A big fat Mimzie loves you.